Gaming on the go has never been more popular, and it's now easier than ever to have access to high-caliber games in the palm of your hand. And over the last 4 years, Apple Arcade, the subscription service from the iPhone developers, have brought a slew of titles from every corner of the genre library right here to the tips of our fingers. With over 200 premium games to choose from, it might be a little overwhelming to pick which world to explore next. Lucky for you, we've combed through them and chosen 7 of our favorites. Ollies, nollies, and kickflips all at your fingertips, Skate City makes the world your playground. Think of it as playing Tony Hawk in 2D, bringing the joy of mastering tricks and combos all set against gorgeously animated dynamic backdrops. Though the board be small, you can go far, showing off your skills in Europe, America, and Asia, all whilst mellowing out to a zen lo-fi soundtrack. And you can free skate to your heart's content exploring the urban jungle, or mix it up with a variety of challenges to complete, whether it's racking up a high score, kicking over cans, or outrunning the police, all whilst pulling off sick moves in the process. And with customization options to mix up your character, clothes, and board, you can play it your way and just enjoy the vibe. You definitely won't get bored of this skating game. Time to hitch your wagon and keep your oxen happy in the latest version of the legendary Oregon Trail. Developers Gameloft have done an incredible job at bringing a 50-year-old game to a modern player base. Still taking control of a band of plucky pioneers in the time of the westward expansion, this latest iteration has been given a feast of new features, from a graphical overhaul with luscious sweeping 3D landscapes and rich pixel art, to new game modes, challenges, and weekly events, and a richer narrative with story-driven character arcs, getting to meet real historical figures, and better representation for the indigenous peoples of America. So whether you're wanting to brave the fierce blizzards with a broken leg on meager rations, or go for a relaxing fishing session in the river, there's something for everyone. Getting dysentery never felt so good. Sometimes a game comes along that deserves to be described more as art, and the geniuses over at Annapurna have once again created a unique title that takes you to places you couldn't even begin to imagine. The best way to describe Sayonara Wildhearts is if Temple Run were to be drenched in neon and LSD, the audio-visual experience being one that would not be out of place at the MoMA or Tate Modern. The ever-changing action and dazzling array of colors bursting out of the screen keeps you entranced, while the pulse-pounding and vibe-laden original soundtrack transports you to another time and place. A story of heartbreak and loss wrapped up in a sword-wielding, motorbike-riding, three-headed wolf-wrangling dream that will stay with you long after you say sayonara. Any attempt to accurately describe the impact that Hidden Layer Games and Chucklefish's hauntingly touching 2D platformer Inmost has on a player would be doing it a disservice. From the very moment the story begins, an emotional investment takes hold. You'll be cycling through a number of characters: a young girl trying to comprehend the fraught relationship with her parents, a man achingly pushing on in search of answers, a stoic knight fighting his way through the slime monsters that have taken over. And as you work through the sometimes tricky challenges and platforming puzzles, the pieces of the story begin to appear, and though the bigger picture is still fuzzy, it's tantalizingly within reach, compelling you to forever move forward to find the outcome. Filled with anguish, humor, and horror, Inmost is a wonderful example of how a game can be bigger than its body and tap you right in the heart. Getting stuck in traffic is incredibly stressful, so what if I told you could alleviate congestion and relax at the same time? Well, you can, in mini motorways. Developers Dinosaur Polo Club have taken the joyful simplicity of their previous title Mini Metro and brought it above ground. Here you'll be mapping out roadways in iconic cities across the globe, keeping your little commuters happy as they drive unobstructed to their places of work, shops, or however they want to spend their time. The minimalistic layout and the plinky-plonky sound effects let you zone out while zoning, but you've always got to keep your eyes on the road, because as word gets out on how great the transportation links are, more facilities and people start moving in, and you'll have to juggle roundabouts, traffic lights, and bridges, attempting to avoid build-ups and accidents until it all comes crashing down. And with heaps of challenges, daily and weekly events, you'll certainly be wanting to put in the miles with this one. Back with another Annapurna outing, this time delving into the magic, mysticism, and majesty of the Pathless. A rich open world sprawls out in front of you as you, the hunter, armed with your bow and arrow, sprint and leap across pastures and cliff faces to revert the damage done by the evil Godslayer. Whether it's traversing at breakneck speeds as you knee slide and fire off volleys of arrows, or taking the time to solve the puzzles strewn across ruined temples, there's something for everybody. And for you ornithologists out there, you get an eagle as a friend who will come to your aid. And yes, you can pet it. Between the immense boss battles, the hidden secrets, and the award-winning Tuvan throat-singing soundtrack, the wonder and awe that pours out of every inch of this game makes it one path you will never want to stray from. Did I mention the pet eagle? Who's a good eagle? Yes, you are. Ever thought, I wish I could play Dark Souls in bite-sized chunks whilst on the go? Well, lucky for you, Bleaks Sword is cutting through that darkness and delivering a unique and engaging experience that your thumbs will hate you for. Though the presentation is simple, with its pixelated protagonist trudging through small 2.5D battlegrounds in a palette of only 3 colors, the gameplay is punishingly hard. Having to learn and recall the attack patterns of the hordes of vile monsters and creatures that are out for your blood, you'll have to duck, dive, and deflect to ensure your survival, all whilst keeping your eye on your ever-fragile health and stamina. Each encounter only lasts a few minutes, so it's perfect for pick up and play, or to give you the chance to calm down after you're sent to meet your maker once again. How bleak indeed. And that was our pick of some of the top games available on Apple Arcade. Do you agree with the choices? Are there any titles that you feel are more deserving? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.